Alright, I just did a tack on each side of each bolt, and like I said, we'll clean those up. Hopefully that's enough to hold it. If not, you know, I might have to go back and put more of a bead on it, but just a decent little tack on each side. The square, you know, they're carriage bolts, so there's a square hole in the bed and a square on the other side of this rounded top of the bolt, so that fits in there, so it shouldn't turn. But if the nuts are, you know, tighter than probably intended, then you know, it becomes an issue, or that they've got rust. It becomes an issue trying to get them out, and they turn and strip out of the bed, and that's what happened on that one up there. So hopefully by tacking them, that gives them enough holding power to come out. So I'm going to go back underneath, and maybe I'll put it on time lapse underneath, and we'll see if these will come out. It worked out really well. It held them all in place, and we'll just clean that up and just put a dab of red paint on it, and if we ever have to do this again, the bed will come right off. Now that we've got room to work, shoot, I should have done this before I undid any of the bolts on the tank strap, or skid plate, or whatever. But yeah, it's loose now, so we can go ahead and take the filler neck off, and once we get the filler neck off, I'm going to go ahead and undo these lines, and I need to make sure I've got some replacements for these when I go back together with it, and we will go ahead and unbolt these 4 bolts. Let me get the and I was using I think I had it lined up with my left foot, and I was using the left control with my right foot. Yeah, definitely should have waited till I had some help. Man, this thing is just spraying everywhere. Sprayed all over the camera. And I'll have to get over there and undo the others. Man, now would be a good time to put a new muffler on it. Look at all that room. I might pick up a muffler for it. Even if we don't, you know, even if we just like turn it down or something after the muffler. So my tailpipe has been rusted out. It had a new section at some point put on right there, but the rest of it's gone. But this would be a perfect time to get in here and put a new muffler on it, and then I could always do the tailpipe later. Another view of the blown out muffler. Oh, hey, look at that. Nuggets. Y'all know what that is? I might wait to put the... That is catalytic converter. The catalytic converter has come apart and the pieces of it have made their way through to the muffler. That is crazy. It was not like that when I don't know if not having the exhaust on there or not having a muffler on there, you know, made it worse, but it was not like that when the muffler exploded. All right, enough of that. Let's get all these out. It looks like I blew out my glove. I'm gonna grab another one. And it's out. So not too bad really. Well, once I got the bed off. And it's really light. I ran this thing as comfortable as I felt on empty. It is on empty. And I didn't feel comfortable driving it anymore without running out of gas, but it's, I don't know, it doesn't have much in it at all. So I'm gonna get the air blower and blow all this off. We're gonna need to, I think, go ahead and open up the new one. Well, of course I opened up the end of it. The end of the box right here was damaged, so I was just making sure it's okay. I think this bent in a little bit, but you can see the welds right here, and I think we're okay. And it may have, that corner's turned in anyway, so it may have come like that slightly. I don't know. Yeah, it's been in a little bit more, but we're not going to worry about it. It should be fine. This is made in Canada. Should be a good quality tank. Good reviews on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description to it. And it was like 60 bucks. Alright, so what we need to do now is, like I said, I'll blow all that off, but before we do that, and go ahead and soak the strap bolts. And I'll blow it off, and we're going to need to yeah, this is for the ground. I don't see that on the new tank unless that's part of the sending unit. I may have to do something there, but I'm gonna blow this off and we'll get it undone. Get the lock ring undone. I want to say this thing came with a lock ring kit. Oh, there it is. So maybe the little ground tab's actually on the lock ring. Not seeing it though. We might have to fix up a ground wire somewhere so we can ground the tank. Because if it's completely strapped in, I don't know, you know, with that pad around it, I don't know where it's going to ground. Yeah, it's a good quality tank. Looks really good. Alright. Blow that off and we'll get the lock ring off. Alright, so what you've got here is the lock ring. And the way you get the lock ring off I'm going to get it off with a hammer and a screwdriver. Use a punch or whatever, but probably shouldn't put the camera on something I'm about to hammer on, but we'll see how. I'm sure y'all are vibrating. Let's set y'all up over here. Not gonna be as close of a view, but I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm just hammering this. You're gonna spin the lock ring this way. Then zoom you all in. About to come off. Before I do that, I've stirred up some more dirt, and I did spray that area around there just to loosen it up a little bit. The inside of the tank looks good. We're going to pour the gas that's in here into the new tank. So I want to try to make sure that none of this crap gets down into the tank. Ring is off. The sending unit looks good. I was worried about it. And the sock looks good. Oh, no, the sock is not good. Well, sock is not good. Yeah, the sending unit is in good shape. We'll have to see what we can do about the sock. I don't think you can get just the sock. I think you have to buy the whole sending unit. Oh, and that little grounding tab is on the sending unit itself. I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, the tank looks really good inside. The gas is really clean. I was kind of worried about the tank. And I see a rough spot, and I'm sure it's probably where it's leaking. What happened is there's junk, like debris, between this plastic skid plate and the tank, and I think that sat there wet and rusted it out. Here's what we've got. See, it's got a little hole in it, so we'll have to see what see if we can get one. I'll show you all inside. Still zoomed in. Set this down. It looks nice and clean. Not much gas. So next step, we're going to undo these hoses, and that's how we're going to pour. Once we undo the hoses, we'll tip the tank and pour it in where the gas filler is, or where the sending unit goes, to put the gas in that tank. No wonder it rusted out. Look at that mess. Maybe it right there. So, to clean all this junk out of here. Yeah, even this bracket kind of rusted. It's okay though. But I'll get this cleaned up. I think what I'm gonna actually do, instead of trying to pour it in the tank, we'll leave the tank empty. That'll make things easier to get it up in there. And I'm gonna go grab a gas can and we'll pour up the gas that's in the tank into a gas can. So I'm kind of at a stopping place. I guess I could go ahead and mount the tank in the straps. What I'm waiting on now is the sending unit. I could not get a filter. I'm not putting it in like this. So they had to order the sending unit from their warehouse. It'll be here a few hours. So I took the time to take the muffler off, and we're going to go to about the only thing I could find locally is a glass pack. So we're gonna put a glass pack on it. And so I've got that ordered Advanced Auto, and I'll go pick it up. We'll clamp it and probably just yeah, we'll probably just put a muffler clamp on it. And I don't know, I might have put a muffler clamp and put a little tack weld on it. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, so let me run to the store and get the muffler, and we'll continue from there. And then I'll have to run get the sending unit when it comes in. So I wish it would have wish I could have found one in stock. All right.